Entuity Views provide a simple mechanism for organizing network objects into groupings that are meaningful to you. For example, objects can be organized by network function, geographic location, business unit, or customer. Entuity 15.5 has simplified the concept and administration of views. All users with access to a view see the same network objects. There's no longer any ambiguity with the contents of a view. Reference views have also been replaced by a base view, where the base views allow the contents of one view to be derived from one or more other views. The My Network view can now be edited to include an event and incident filter, and users can now define a default view that can be used as the default for reporting and other functions in the UI. Let's look at some of these new capabilities. The view hierarchy and display hasn't changed significantly, but administrators and users with view creation authority have access to new capabilities to create and populate views in the web UI. Let's look at one of the views that I've created. The US Core Network view is intended to focus on the core network infrastructure for my US customers. To create this, I selected the base views to use as a source. These include the Burbank office, New York headquarters, and Tampa office views. I then selected the union operation to combine the contents of these views. And finally, in order to filter just the required network devices, I applied a filter to specify only routers and switches. The resulting view combines all of my US customers and displays only the intended devices. I can also use the intersection operation as this example shows. I've created the East Coast Switches view to contain an intersection of all of my managed switches and the devices in my New York headquarters. It's important to note that as the contents of these base views change over time, the other views will update automatically. Next, let's look at the changes to the My Network view. Previous to 15.5, My Network was the default unfiltered view. In order to provide more flexibility, you can now apply event and incident filters to My Network, just like other views. On my system, I've added filters to specify only network critical events and incidents. This lets me easily focus on just the critical device outages. Finally, the Preferences menu now includes the capability for users to define their own default view. This can be selected and then used as a default for report generation and in other areas of the web interface.